Welcome to another edition of Consult Lemonade's Sweet and Sour Tech Talk. And I'm your host, Tiara's husband. And today we have the pleasure of communicating with none other than Jackie Escobar.
Yay! Hello, everybody. So, as you guys know, I'm Jacqueline Escobar, but you can also call me Jackie. And I'm super excited to be here and to be interviewed by the one and only.
Oh, no, we're not talking about that. Don't worry about that. So thank you for actually being here with us. For those who don't know, we first interacted with Miss Jackie a couple months ago. We met in Boston. We had won an award that or grantee that Miss Jackie and her team was so graciously accepting of our application, and they granted us an opportunity to win an award, $100,000 award that they granted us with, so we can do some of the work that we do, probably majority of the work that we do here. Wanted to know, how did that come about with IYF? What do you do there, and what was it about us that assisted you in that process to select Consult Lemonade?
So I can start off from all the way from the beginning.
Okay.
So I was actually introduced about this, so someone told me, a friend of mine told me about this program, and we actually had a conversation where we were both divergent. So I'm dyslexic, and he has ADHD, and so we just had like a little bonding moment, and then later on he told me that there's this organization called Up for Change, and he told me that I have to join. It's like a need, and so I was just like, of course, I'd love to get to know more information. Yeah. Honestly, in my eyes, I thought it was more of a moment where we get to learn more about each other. But then later on, I get to find out that it was also about not just learning about each other, but also being able to create a change and help for others as well. And so after we interviewed, we had to do this application to make sure we got accepted. I got the email that I did get accepted. Yay!
So you had to interview or apply for the opportunity as well?
I could apply. Yeah. Wow. I had to apply, but it was honestly a really easy, calm application. It was just stating why it is you want to do this, what's your motive behind it. It's nothing really difficult. It was just getting to know the reasoning behind it.
So you had to apply for the Up for Change program, and it was, to your understanding, you believed there was going to be something that you can learn from each other, and then come to find out you actually were a part of the change that was going to be up.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. And then afterwards, we had our first meeting, and then as we continue having our meetings, that's when I start to find out that we're actually going to be creating a change. We're actually going to be funding different organizations to make sure they get to, bring attention and light to other kids or other divergents as well. So, and I know later on in the year, as we continue talking and finding out what our motive is, what our goal is, we started discussing about other organizations. And that's when we had the famous trip to Boston. And that's when we heard all about you. Wow. And we also heard about many other amazing organizations as well.
Wow. So that's such an eye-opener, because we didn't really know or understand your process. And so there was a process for you guys to be a part of the process. And so you guys just wanted to be connected, and come to find out you actually were connecting people who was doing the connecting. And so you were able to learn how you could help us, other organizations, help other people that were like you guys. So what was that process like before you was able to select us? So you actually had to read through a bunch of applications, or how was the trip to Boston the first trip you guys were on?
Yes.
And is that when you first decided that we were going to be selected for the program?
Yes. So, both prior to our trip, we already had an idea
Okay.
Of which organizations that we were going to be looking into.
Okay.
And then for the actual trip, when we were actually there in Boston, if I'm not wrong, the second day, that's when we got into work. We started diving into all the different organizations. If I'm not wrong, don't take my word for it,
no,
but
good.
I think it was like around 18 applications. And we pretty much went through all those applications. I know, if I'm not wrong, there was a video, and then it was also like a paper, I guess, talking about it, like a description. And so there was multiple videos, descriptions. I know, it came to a part where it became pretty overwhelming.
Really?
Yeah, because it was just like, it was so much going on. Like, there were so much good ones.
Okay.
And it was just like, we had to debate. I remember, I think we had like 2 rounds or 3 rounds where we had to like cut it short. Like, what was like our top 10, our top 5, or like things like that. So it was pretty challenging. But I don't know, the main things we were looking for is to making sure that the organizations that we were looking for actually had a change. They were actually, they weren't biased, or they weren't thinking about themselves. I know something, at least in my opinion, something that caught my attention with Consult Lemonade is the fact that it's in the DMV.
Okay.
You know, I have a soft spot for the DMV. I love the DMV. So that pretty much caught my attention. And also the fact that you guys focus on individuals, if I'm not wrong, it was 17 to 24. And I feel like that's like the prime time age for individuals when they're learning, where their mindset is developing, when their front lobe is developing as well. And also, that's the time where people, at least in my experience, I feel like they may feel like they're lost, or they don't really have like a path. They don't know what to do in the future. And from your video and what it is that you guys were telling us, you guys had a plan, and you guys knew exactly what it is that you guys wanted. And you guys also knew how to divide it, like what each step was. And not just that, but you guys also provided a lot of skills that will definitely be used in the future. I know you guys mentioned like communication skills, tech skills, just like writing as well. We use that on our everyday lives. And so I know that's all necessities that everyone needs to like have. And you guys open the doors for like many kids. And so that's one of the things that we definitely were like, oh yeah, we need these people.
That's so good, because first of all, let's give a shout out to my wife, Wali Lathan, who did the video, who did a really good job. And I know, because I stayed up with her and she was stressing me out, but she did good. Jackie said you did good. Obviously you did good. They selected you. And being able to communicate how the objective was to help unify and prepare our 17 to 24 neurodivergent be connected to the skills, communication skills, technical skills. I'm gonna tell you all this stuff because it ain't for everybody. But it was gonna help them be prepared for the tech world, job world, or even school. And I believe that was the objective. And so I'm glad that she was able to hammer in. And I promise you, we really couldn't have done it without you guys. And so we're super grateful, because it really helped not only us, it helped those 20 students get into college, get into job. So out of that 20, 15 graduated. 8 went on and get high-paying jobs, starting at, actually I think it was 9. 9 got jobs, received jobs, promotions at 58,000 average salary, 17 to 24, and the other 6 went on to college.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So we really had a 100% ratio, like 100% graduated and 100% actually went on. Even though it was 20, they didn't complete. So it's kind of like 100, but 15 started, and then we graduated 15, and then 6 went to school, 9 went to employment. So you guys were able to help 15 students, 17 to 24, become better in life at 17-year-old.
That's amazing.
That is up
Yeah.
for change.
Mhm.
I mean, we're grateful. And it gave us a lot of footing because honestly, we were, I ain't gonna say one-dimensional, but we were only focusing on the adults. So our job is to coach and train underrepresented talent. And so we were focusing on the family as a whole, but we wanted to focus on the parents that pivot or break into tech. And what you guys were able to do was help us focus on the student that was inside of the household, because we believe if the student can get the information, they can also help the parent.
Mhm.
And that's what you guys were able to do. What made that so impactful or so influential for you when you were selecting the process of we have to choose them?
So I would also like to add on, I know in your video,
Okay.
your application video,
Yeah.
your wife definitely caught my attention with this story that she mentioned. It was how she had an interaction with one of her students when she was in high school, like when
Yeah.
she was working
Yeah.
the high school. At high school.
Yeah.
High school. Yeah, okay. And she was telling me about this interaction she had with one of her girls.
Yeah.
And that really caught my attention because that's an everyday scenario that you will like
Yeah.
encounter
Yeah.
of like students dealing with background like problems. And
Yeah.
you know, like realistically, when you speak to a person, you don't know what it is that they're going through, like at home.
Yeah.
And I think something that made me want to, like I knew that we were gonna do something impactful was because a lot of kids or individuals that are like minorities, they have, their path is more difficult than others. And I'd say we are pretty much giving them the chance to create their own path.
Yeah.
We are giving them the support they need, the money they need, the attention they need.
Yeah.
And I know for others it may be harder,
Yeah.
and for others it may be easier.
Yeah.
It all really depends on the people that you have, your support system.
Yeah.
And can you go back to your question?
No, what you kind of answered it in that, which was what made it so impactful or influential for you to select us, but you answered it because you connected with the story of students being able to understand how hard it is and how much opportunity that's not given to those kind of students. And because my wife was able to communicate why and what made her start, you connected to that to help those kind of students. And so you really answered it. That was a really good way of communicating the story that connected, that this is something that you want to be a part of. What is it that you do now and for yourself and individual?
Can you dive deeper into that?
I'm telling you, I love it because yes, I messed that question up. So like, what are you trying to say? Exactly. What is it that you do in your daytime, or what is it that you want to do? What connects Consult Lemonade or what we did to what you do?
So I know, so currently I'm in school.
Okay.
So
school?
I go to University of Maryland in College Park.
Okay. UMD? No.
Turpin.
Yes, okay.
And I'm a communications major.
Okay.
I do plan on like having a minor.
Okay.
I'm thinking about in child development because so my mother, she's a child care provider. So she works with kids all the time. I grew up with kids my whole life. And we've had some kids that have speech impediments, or just have other needs like and help, that needs help. So I know whenever I can, I usually go down there like to help my mom with the kids. And so usually I'm there interacting with the kids, especially I'm giving more attention to the kids that I know have, or divergence pretty much. So I know I'm doing that, but if I'm being honest, I spend most of my time just working and in school. But as I am on break,
Yeah.
final season is done. I'm so glad.
Congratulations.
So thank you. So I am planning on looking for internships that will align with what it is I want to do in the future.
Okay.
Whether that's helping or whether that's in the PR industry or if that's also connected to also helping other neurodivergents, I'm all for it.
Got it.
I know currently I do have an internship with the University of Maryland football,
Yeah.
where I am pretty much in the recruiting side. I'm helping out the team and looking for other recruits to join our team. I'm also connecting with their family because you don't only just recruit the player, you also recruit the family, because without the family, the player won't join. And so you got to also make sure, you feel the family, you like make the family feel involved.
That's so important.
That matters at the end of the day, yeah.
And it's funny because what you just said was, or what I heard, I will say, is you're family oriented. You love working with the kids. You're very compassionate. You're a communicator, and you also see people, right? And so whether it's recruiting or helping moms with the daycare, you're seeing kids that are looking for opportunities and ways to connect to other families. Mm-hmm. And so it's very important to you to give leverage or opportunities for others and their families to be in a better situation or a better opportunity. I think that's not only admirable, but I think it's very compassionate, because somehow, some way, we're still connected to the past of how we felt when we needed. Mm-hmm. And so when we're able to see other people, we can offer other avenues. So I think that's very admirable. Yeah, that's good. Very good. Okay, I like it. And so tell me, when you met us finally in Boston for the presentation, what was it like? What did you see? How did you like the Boston retreat? And tell me, walk us through some of that. What was that like?
Okay, so from the beginning, I loved it all.
Okay.
I know you guys stood out to me. There was, I'm not quite sure what it was exactly, but it was just something. It was like you guys were calling my name. I know, I think it was lunch. Was it lunch or dinner?
Yeah. It was probably dinner.
Dinner?
Dinner.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah, but it was one of those. I think it might have been dinner. You may be right. Where I decided to introduce myself, because I know from the beginning I wanted to like build connections, and I wanted to, introduce myself to everyone there, not just stay by myself. And so I know first you guys presented, if I'm not wrong, and your presentation, everything was beautiful. I loved it. I loved the support as well. The whole time I would just see you, take pictures. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm a biggest supporter. I'm a cheerleader and a driver.
I know, if I'm not wrong, our team, we spoke a lot about how you were a big supporter and you were always there for your wife, and that's one of the things that definitely caught our attention. Wow. But the presentation was gorgeous. I loved it all. One thing that definitely stuck out to me was how you guys also included like stats. You guys included the graduation rates and also the clip of one of your students. Beautiful. If I'm being honest, I feel like that's one of the amazing, such an amazing way to capture someone's attention. And so the moment you guys play that video, I was just there watching it all, and I was just like, it kind of shows, pretty much proved to us that what we did actually did impact people's lives, and it wasn't just all talk. It was actually proving it, and that was definitely one of those ways where you guys definitely did prove it.
Thank you. I think that's a shout out to the wife. One of the jokes is we got to be able to show the work, right? You got to be able to prove the work, not just like for namesake, but for proof. And like you said, you was able to be a part of a decision that was made and make you feel good. Hey, we decided to pick these people, and these people was actually the ones who did the work. So you felt good because we were in partnership. And that's what happened when you show the work, show the stats of really doing the work. It's very important. Speak to, if you could, some of the applications. No, don't worry about that part. I was going to say some of the applications that didn't show up that way. What I like to do is help people understand how to be chosen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're doing that by saying, we showed the work, we were looking to make a change, be a part of, looking for an opportunity to help all of the people. So if you could, what you was about to say?
I would also like to add
Okay.
on something else I definitely feel like should be shown is you have an actual like plan that it's realistic. It actually shows that you have an idea of how you want, or like you have I'm trying to think of the best way to say this, like an accurate route of where you want to go. And if things don't turn out perfectly fine, or you have something that gets in the way, you have a way to lift yourself up and like a different direction. I feel like that really matters. And also just showing that you're not doing this for your own benefit, but you actually care about your surroundings. And I feel like you guys definitely did show that.
Wow. That is probably one of the best things for me. As you can see, the sign represents, we believe we're the ways of tech. And so one of the things we like to do is give us your destination and we'll show you how to get there. We'll help you get your routes. Even if those things get in place, just like Waze, we'll reroute you, right? What you're saying is, when in doubt, we had a plan. We had a destination of where we're trying to take the people. And that's very, very important, because without the objective, we're going to be objective. You know what I'm saying? And so because we had an objective, you didn't have a reason to object. Or that was one of the reasons why, you know what, at least they're trying to get where they say they're trying to get to. We can go on the ride with them because they're communicating where they're going to take the people. And if and when something comes in their way, they'll figure out how to reroute it. That's, for me, that's really important, because on my day job, I'm Tia's driver, so I drive. So I'm always driving. So I'm always rerouting, because she's always telling me something else. So that was really, really important. Thank you for even pointing that out, because a lot of times we want to get started. We want, VC money. We want help. We want assistance, but we can't communicate what we need assistance with, or where we need assisting going. And so how can we really give you the route? So I think that's very, very, very important to me. That's good. So what else happened in that weekend?
Okay, I can continue going.
Go.
So I know afterwards, there was a moment where after every organization presented, anyone could ask questions. I know I had my moments where I tried asking questions, but we were on a time crunch.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I couldn't ask questions.
Yeah.
I don't even remember them, so unfortunately, I can't even ask it now.
Yeah.
But I know afterwards, I did want to show my gratitude to everyone. And I know I gave out a little, I don't want to say speech, but I gave out like a little announcement for everyone, so letting them know that, like all your hard work is definitely seen. Like, I appreciate you all. And I truly did mean it. It was, being there really made me realize that this is a community that all wants the same goal, and we're all pushing and wanting to show success for not just ourselves, but for other people. And it was something where it was like bittersweet, I guess you could say. Yeah.
No, it was. I'm telling you, I left so energized and so excited about you guys. It was, I almost would get upset with any adult who didn't feel the same way, because one of the things you guys communicated, and to me, was, if you guys are the future, why do the adults keep trying to plan it, right? And so my thing is, you guys are going to run the world. So why not ask you guys what it looks like? And then one of the things they kept saying is, if it's going to be for us, it will not be without y'all. Mm-hmm. So it's for us, not without us, or something like that. If it's for us, it's going to be with us. It was really good. All I heard was, if the kids are going to run it, let them run it. Mm-hmm. And I was so inspired, because when I say articulate, I was blown away. I was like, did y'all hear what they just said? What are we talking about? Give them the microphone. Like, they know what they're doing. We don't. Like, we literally don't, because we're not connected to the world that you guys are connected to. And if we give them the microphone or the steering wheel, we'll let you guys drive. And it was such an amazing opportunity. I mean, every time, like I said, one of our coaches, Will, when you were communicating, he was like, did you hear? Did you hear? She need to be connected. Yeah. And every time I'm like, what did you just say? And people that we knew there was like, yo, we need to connect her with Roz. We need to connect. Like, no, this can happen right now, because this needs to connect with where they're trying to go. One of our things is our job. We're the bridge we're the ones who bridge the gap. So we're connecting. My thing is believers with builders. And so my job is to help get anyone that come across my desk connected to where they're trying to go. So it was really good. I mean, that was my first time in Boston. That's where all the smart people be at. And every time I see Boston now, I'm just like, yo, that's where the smart people. And so I was excited, because really, really enjoyed myself. Before we go, tell us something that we can do to help you get where you're trying to go, and what are you looking for from 2026?
That's a really good question. You got me there. Just give me 1 second so I could think it through.
Or what question do you have for me? Do you have any questions?
I do have a question that I've been wondering. So I know you guys, of course, do this tech talk. Mm-hmm. So I was just wondering, this is your 37th, 38th episode?
Somewhere around 30. How old am I? 6? No, I'm joking. 30, I think 34. 34, something like that.
So I was just wondering, how do you guys choose, like pick and choose who it is that you guys want to interview?
Excellent question. The right answer is download from God. More regular answer is we select those who have impacted us or speaks to an audience that need to be impacted. Okay. And so you represent those that you helped us impact from an audience that you were in. And so depending on where we're talking to, we communicate with the person that is talking from that space. Mm-hmm. So it's very strategic, but at the same time, helping the people hear from the people that they want to sit in the seat with, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. So how is the process of, do you guys, is it one of those situations where you guys are like having a hard time choosing? Like, let's say someone else would want to, that hasn't really impacted you guys or has any connection to you guys, but they would like to begin and they would like to start off with, being part of your team.
Okay, this is almost a good, let me add, team or tech talk?
Both. Like they want to impact your team. They want to, add on to it, try to bring in new ideas.
Got it.
Or anything like that.
So this is a really good question. And I have a really simple way of answering that question. One, you got to be sent to my wife first, and then I'm pretty sure my wife either send them to me or I'll, go through the process of hearing how their passion, their purpose connects to ours. almost like how you selected us, which is how does it intertwine with our original goal? And then we go through the process of asking what does your level of expertise looks like, right? What's your proof? And then does this help our audience? Because a lot of times we are perceived as a tech staffing solution process, and everything that we do isn't just tech, but it's a byproduct of who we are because we are ordained and gifted to push forward the kingdom. And so what happens is, depending on why you are coming to us, we'll go through the assessment of what are you looking for, because everything is not just a job, entrepreneurship. Some of it is just guidance, some of it is coaching, some of it just, it just depends on what a person is looking for.
Okay, interesting.
You have some people in mind?
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would have to fit.
Okay.
And it's geared just like going for a job. And this is what I tell college students or people who are applying for jobs. You're not looking for a job. You're looking for an employer that's looking for you. And so it just depends on, are you trying to get with a culture that's going to cultivate your seed, not just somebody who's hot right now. And so, yeah, we cool, we hot, we the lemon, but every seed isn't designed to be in every soil. And so you kind of gotta, make it make sense. And even if you come to us and they're looking for direction, if we're not the fit, you might know someone that is.
Okay. So it's pretty much one of those situations where even if what they're looking for, you guys can't provide it, you will always guide them to another spot where they will gain that opportunity.
100%. Boston, when one of our coaches, heard the connection, or when we saw the connection, it was good for us to connect, but it was also, what do you need? All right, Roz, connect her with this. And so we're geared to be a resource center. My wife and I somehow know somebody that knows somebody. And so depending on what you need, we'll be able to connect you to, or at least get you in the right direction, which is the reroute. All right, cool. It might not be us, might not be our car, but we know somebody going in that direction. So let's get you over there so they can help you get to your destination.
That's amazing. So it's pretty much all the time you guys are networking, and then you guys are always providing opportunities for everyone. So that's really good.
Thank you. I think that's one of our callings. I think we're all called to do that, leadership influence. But I think that really requires stewardship. And so the more you do well with what you're giving, the more God give you more to do well with. And so we really, it's almost sound like I'm supposed to be saying this, we really try to, steward people, time, energy, effort well, because it's, all this stuff is cool, but it's about doing it for God anyway. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Yes, I have one more.
Let's
so your whole process from the beginning until where we are now, how has it been? So has it been more stressful? Has it been more exciting? Like, how has you and your wife's overall ride through it all? And not just you guys, but also with your whole team.
Perfect question. I did not pay her to say this. This is what I meant to say last time, because we highlight. And like last month we did a highlight of reflecting in 2025, and we did a lot of highlighting and communicating our a lot of the highs, and we kind of I try to stay away from the lows, but you can't get high without being low, right? And so such an excellent question, because from start to finish, I make it sound good because I speak positive, but it wasn't always good. For the wife, it's always stressful-ish because you got to, go through the rough patches. You got to, when you plant the seeds, you got to break stuff. You got to, the process of even getting the IYF grant was a process. So you had to apply, she had to go through it, she had to do the interviews and have to wonder, are you capable of doing it? We don't know if you're going to be selected. We don't know if it's going to be good. And so the process of starting a startup or helping people, they don't always receive you.
Yeah.
And so you gotta continue to show up. And we're talking about a nonprofit, so without the IYF, we gotta fund it ourselves. And that's work. And then when you're funding and working and people not showing up, it's stressful.
Yeah.
And so it's a beautiful process, but let's be honest, process doesn't feel good, but it's worth it. And so from start to finish, we've been working on this for quite a few years and we still feel crazy because it's for a selected people, which means the other people who aren't selecting don't feel selected. But they're the ones who are not selecting to do the work. And so it's tough for us because we're doing all this work for people who don't want to do the work. Not saying, it's a slight to anyone else, it's just a lot of work. And so when you find people, we had 160 now in the last 3 years of getting jobs at an average of 111,000. That's almost 17 million back into the community. And we don't get paid for it. That's work.
Yeah.
And to continue to show up for people, to help people that we're called to, it's work. But it's a rewarding process because people like you, people like the team who gets better and they keep showing up. And then we're able to help the process because they're showing up, they're becoming better at the work that they put in, the production that they're doing. We're doing a lot of great work that we're presenting them with the opportunities, not just people who want jobs. The people that's on our team, they've been doing phenomenal work. And they make this thing look easy, but without them, usually we had a couple of our team members there that, they were phenomenal. And they do all the work. Well, Stephanie and we're not supposed to call names, Dr. Catherine and Carl and all the people that are behind the scenes that do the work, that make this work receivable. Like we just had a team reflection Christmas party a couple of weeks ago. And one of the things I communicated or the last said to the people, because Tierra does a great job at seeing the people, gave out gifts, making sure everybody felt seen, because we might be the ones on camera, or you might see me, or you see Tierra. But what I said to them was, who's your favorite character in the movie, or who's your favorite character in the Bible? We named some names. Then I asked them, tell me about one of the stories that you remember. And a lot of times they communicated the story that was connected to the person with no name. And what I wanted them to understand is you remember the story without the name. And that's what we build here. You might remember the name or the story, but even though your name is not connected to Tierra's, they still remember the story and the stuff that we did.
Yeah.
So you still get the credit because you are part of the team, which is why you're here. Yeah, they see Consult Lemonade, but you help decide to give us the grant to help Consult Lemonade be seen. That's a part. So that's why we wanted to highlight you, because you're a name or a face that's behind the person that helped us get a grant. And without that, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So right.
So give it up to IYF and Miss Jackie Escobar.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No. Pretty much covered the questions that I had. Yeah.
Now, are you ready for the answer? Do you have the answer?
You would have to ask me again, because I was so caught up with everything that you were saying, if I'm being honest.
No, that's good. That's good. I think I did a pretty good job at not talking as much as I can talk. Quick question. So what is it that you're, okay, this is what I did give them as well. What is it that you're looking for in 2026?
Mhm.
And if I can help you with, what is it when you reflect on 25? What is it that you regret in 25? And what is it that you want to reconnect in 26?
Okay, so in 2025, one thing that I regret is not putting myself out there as I should have. I felt like I was very much caught up in the moment of like my feelings. I know I was just transferring into University of Maryland, so I was kind of more worried like financially of making sure that I was be able to cover the cost of books, classes, parking, and so I guess I was more caught up in my own personal world, but I wasn't really doing anything that related to my future. And so I know that's one of the things I kind of regret, where I wasn't really looking for anything, more as whatever came to me, it kind of came to me.
Okay.
And so one of the things I definitely want to change in 2026 is not let it come to me, but I want to go after it. I want to make sure that I am taking advantage of the support, the mentor, the coaching, everything. Like with you, for example, you are an amazing person. So is Ross, and I'm so blessed, super, super blessed, and I definitely want to take that step further and take advantage of this, because I know not everyone has this. I know this is something that not everyone gets the opportunity to have, and so I definitely don't want to have any regrets in 2027, and I want to take full advantage of the support system that I have. So I know I definitely want to also step closer into my industry and what it is I want to do in the future. I want to have more experience with writing. Want to have more experience with professional talking. I want to have more experience with just making sure that I'm connecting with people on a different level, and not just pretty much being so focused on myself. Because at the end of the day, I'm always gonna have to deal with other people. I'm always gonna have to interact with people, and I'll make sure that I'm on the good side where I'm getting to learn from them. I'm very big on not being selfish, or I'm very big on making sure that other people feel heard and are seen. And so I want to continue to push that and continue to practice that pretty much. So
I told y'all this was gonna be a good one. So here's the thing. That was so good. Because not only did you, so this is why I use the word regret, because you get to learn from it, and then you implement what you learn from. And so you said you regret not being seen because you didn't put yourself out there. And the way you become more seen is going after it, but most importantly, you're not going after it for you. So what you're saying is you want to go after it so you can get more opportunities to give it away.
Yes.
That is Bible 102. 102 means the two commandments is love thy God with all thy heart and all thy heart, mind, and soul. Then 102 is love thy neighbor as thyself. And to love thy neighbor, you have to know who you are and be willing to serve your neighbor as if you were serving yourself. That is top tier. That's top tier because what you're communicating is, I want to learn how to communicate to help people be seen. So I can help, which is the kids, which is everything that you said, what you do with your mom, and what you do for the football players, and what you want to do in the industry. You want to be able to communicate to the people to help them be seen, heard, and loved. That is phenomenal. Really, in 2026, you do that, 27 will be an outstanding year.
Yep.
27 because you'll be living in 26, and the fruit of it will be literally fruit. Our new shirt, one of our new shirts says, This shirt that I have on, it says, I am able, capable, and qualified, and willing to put in the work. I am capable, able, and qualified, and willing to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
I said that because this is communicated the being. You have to be able to know that this is your identity. And the doing this, you got to be willing to put in the work. If you're willing to put in the work, you'll receive the fruit of your work, which is what you communicate. You learn from it, you believe you are willing to do it, and you'll do it, and then your 27 will be great. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think that was really good. So, I mean, you did a really good job at seeing me, my wife. You said she did an outstanding job with the presentation. I'm telling you, the presentation was so good that we've adopted that. So when we selected our team or our 20 people, we had them send in a presentation. Tell us why you should be and we should select you. Mm-hmm. And it was by far one of the best things because it put them in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And then we also took that and used on the other end on where they was able to grow from. That was phenomenal. But you made my wife feel seen, heard, and loved because what she worked for, she did, she was able to produce, and what she wrote out and what she was able to, communicate through writing was phenomenal. And somehow we're supposed to be here communicating, interviewing you, and you didn't ask me 4 or 5 questions that made us feel like, you know what? You trying to take my job. The Bible says you ain't got to take it, we lay it down. You can have it. You can have it. Any parting words, or what would you tell someone that you believe can benefit from Consult Lemonade, or what we offer, or that want to be connected in any kind of way? What would you tell?
I would tell them they should definitely go for it. Like it's not even, it shouldn't be like a debate. It should be like 100% like that they definitely should, because you guys provide so much like opportunities for people in different type of ways. Like just like you said, if those individuals aren't looking, well, those individuals are looking for opportunities that you guys may not have, you guys will always reroute them to other people that will. Yeah. And I feel like that's amazing. You pretty much are making them, you're making sure that they're going to be in the right path with the correct people as well. Yeah. So it's not like one of those things where like a 50-50, like, oh yeah, they can take you, but they may or they may not take you. It's one of those things where you know them, you know they will, and so you know that their outcome is going to be there. And also not just that, but you guys also focus a lot on skills, like I said earlier, skills that are very much needed in the future. It's not one of those things where like, it's an if or want. Yeah. It's a must. Yeah. And so I feel like you guys definitely provide a great support system as well, which I feel like everyone needs. They may be like, no, you don't need that. But honestly, there's going to be moments. I know if I had my moments where I was very doubtful of my future, where I was just like, maybe I'm not in the right spot. Maybe I can't do this. But really, if you just surround yourself with the right people, you will definitely feel heard and loved. And you will definitely feel like you're heading in the right spot. And that's what people need sometimes. They just need the right support system. They need to be included in a organization where they know they will be led to the right spot. And I feel like you guys do that amazingly. Like you guys definitely are amazing, honestly.
So I'm gonna tell you, thank you. With the amazing advice, information, or kudos that you're giving to the wife and the team, because we do have an amazing team. Thank you to the team. Appreciate you guys. Matter of fact, we got some stuff coming up for you next week. Surprise, don't worry about it. But thank you guys, because you might make my life easier, because my wife come home a little happier because of you guys. You should be frustrating me. But nevertheless, that's not what we're here for. Quick question. This is the hot seat. With all of the amazing work that we do, how can we get better?
I feel like one of the things you guys can do is open the opportunity for more people. I know that also may be a little bit more stress, but I feel like just opening the doors for a couple more individuals may, it's not really a may, but I know it will also create more impact.
When you say open the door for more people, what do you mean?
Like
instead of 20 people, 50 people?
Yeah, like I'll say like pretty much.
You sure you saying that? Are you sure you saying that?
Yes.
You heard it from Jackie. IYF. We need more people.
Yes.
Give us more funding. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
More money.
Funding mean more people, more impact. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say it. Your team. Okay, sorry.
Definitely.
Thank
more
you.
money. The more moolah, the better it will be.
The more money, the more impact.
Yeah.
You heard the seed. We gotta feed the need. Okay, sorry.
Keep preaching. Don't worry. Don't worry. I feel like that, and also I would say also including more people from different backgrounds. But backgrounds as in like industry wise, because I know you guys are more focused, or correct me if I'm wrong, like with tech. So I would just say it might be a little bit more difficult, but creating or including people that have different organizations, or not organizations, I'm sorry, industries, as in like, nursing or engineering, different occupations. I feel like that could also help a lot.
I'm telling you, she's taking my job because she don't know, and I'm saying it on camera, but I'm gonna get in trouble. We are and have been. I'm an apprentice, so I'm a what you call them people? I'm a whatever. We are working on some other ways and avenues to help everyone not in tech. And so trades. So we're looking to help other people that's not just in tech. Not yet, but we do know and want to expand to everybody ain't gonna work a camera, everybody gonna do data analysts, everybody, but we still wanna help everyone find their identity and help them scale at what they do. I'm an electrician by trade, or one of the trades. But there's plumbing, there's HVAC, there's a lot of things, there's barbering, there's nursing, there's chefs. All of that needs some assisting. And we want to be able to open that up as well. And so 26, 27, we're coming for all people.
Everyone.
Everyone.
You cannot hide.
You can't hide. We're going to be an open book. You just got to read. So 2026, you heard it from Jackie. She's going to call her people, send that money, and we're going to take care. We're going to figure a way out to get you in there. Any parting words?
You guys are amazing. I loved being with you guys. Amazing energy. You guys, I can definitely see a beautiful future for you guys. And I'm excited to be here. Yeah. And I am so glad that me and my team have also provided this opportunity for you guys to grow.
Yes.
And for all the other individuals to also have grown and found success and opportunities for them. I'm so happy and so grateful for everyone. Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Kisses, kisses.
Shout out to the wife. And the wife always say, this is another episode at Consult Lemonade where we are leveraging tech to bridge the gap. And we're restoring families one tech job at a time, and soon to be other jobs. But thank you again for tuning in. Miss Jackie, we out.